Hello, everyone, and welcome. So, wedding season is among us. So, it is full bloom wedding season. And so, I thought we would do something a little different today. And we're going to create a beautiful little wedding centerpiece, a little silk floral arrangement. And we're going to be using this pre-made wreath base. It's on a little plastic wreath. And we're going to be pulling all these florals apart and making this beautiful little arrangement. So I hope you guys will stay tuned and watch how this turns out. I'm going to go ahead and drop you down and we will get started. Hello everyone and welcome. Today we are going to be doing something a little bit different. As we are entering into wedding season, I thought we would do a wedding sort of centerpiece. We are going to be taking the contents of this pre-made wreath base and using it for our centerpiece. Now this is just a pre-made. It was just on a little plastic wreath frame, which I am not a fan of. So I'm just going to pull all the flowers off of here. They actually will just, you can just pull this apart and then you can just pull these out and then just cut them down into little stems. So I'm going to be pulling all of this out and then we're going to go ahead and get started. Okay, so I pulled all my florals out and we're going to be using this little compote bowl, a little pedestal compote bowl. It is got the silver, it's sort of like a distressed silver or an antique silver. Let me go ahead and get the tag off of here. This is what we're going to be using for our centerpiece. You can use whatever container that you want, and we're just going to be making our own sort of DIY wedding centerpiece using those florals that we pulled out of the container. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go in with some lamb's ear. So I have some little lamb's ear pieces. Now this arrangement is going to be fairly small. We're not going to have it super tall. It's going to be more rounded, and you know, this is probably, let's get my measuring stick here. This is only about 6 inches tall. So that's going to be our tallest piece. And so I'm just going to take and get some of this lamb's ear added. Okay, so I've got 5 pieces of the lamb's ear, 1 in the center, and then 4 pieces all around. I'm going to set this other lamb's ear piece that I have aside. And now we're going to get another greenery spray added. I like using these mixed greenery sprays because you get lots of different greenery textures in here all in one bush. And I like to add, 3 to 4 different types of greenery depending on the arrangement. So this is going to give us what we need all in one stem. So I'm just going to cut these down. I'm going to add this little eucalyptus pick. This is going to bring in some different texture. I'm just going to kind of intertwine it. And I'm going to just kind of start going in between the lamb's ear with some of these other pieces. Okay, I've gone around the outside. I'm going to get some of these little sprays added to the inside. All right, now we're going to start adding our flowers in. I'm going to keep that other piece of lamb's ear and eucalyptus over there later for fillers. I'm going to go in with our larger floral heads now. And I think I have 3 of these. I do have 3. So I'm just putting them at various heights. They're not going to be exactly the same. This one I think I want, let me see. I think that'll work. I was originally going to maybe put it on a pick to get it a little bit more height, but I think that's pretty good. All right. Now we're going to go in, let's add a few of our pink florals. I may have to add these on a pick. See if I can get this one in there without it. Okay, I'm just going to rotate. And let me cut this one off of here. There we go. Okay, I want to get a taller one here in the center. That one I had just added a stem on. So I just took a piece of, let me get just some scrap floral stems, like where I had cut the flowers off. And then I just inserted it into the end of the flower. Now this one I can't really insert because it's not, let me see if I cut it. It's not hollow. So I can't really push this in there. Oh, there we go. Yes, I can. Just kind of work at it. So now I got a longer piece. I'm just going to hit this with a little bit of glue so it doesn't come apart. Look how pretty it's coming together already. All right, I just knocked one of those off of the floor. Let's see if I can add another stem onto this one. So I like to keep a couple of these near my workstation so I can make my own picks. Beautiful, beautiful array. All right, so I've got some smaller little pink flowers will get added in a second, but let's add some of the cream colors. Oops, I forgot to take this one apart here. We'll keep that separate if I need to do it later. I will. Let's take some of the cream flowers here. And I'm going to kind of get some of these added around here. Okay, let's get one added, maybe a couple in the more in the center. So I'm going to need to put these on a pick because I'm going to need the height. I'm just going to clip those down. Let me get a couple floral picks. Okay, I'm just going to take floral pick here. And I'm going to take some floral tape. We're just going to get this wrapped all the way. Y'all let me know in the comments. Anybody have a wedding coming up? Anybody getting married or have a son, daughter, granddaughter, grandson? Any of that? Y'all let me know. We don't have any weddings right now. We got a grandbaby coming, but no weddings. Okay, I'm going to go right in the center. Kind of push that one there. Let's get another one. If you do have a wedding coming up, where is the venue? Where's the location of your wedding? Anybody got any destination weddings? That's what we were hoping for my daughter. We were hoping she was going to do a destination wedding. She talked about it for a little bit, and then they ended up just deciding to elope. So we didn't get to do a wedding with her, unfortunately. But it worked out for them, saved them a lot of money. And us a lot of money. So I'm hoping one of my sons will decide to do one at some point. Okay, I think I'm going to stick this one right in the center. So expensive. Weddings are just so expensive. They're beautiful and they create lasting memories for sure, but they are not cheap. Push this back over here for you guys. I'm just adding picks on these so I can get the height that I need. This is the time consuming part, but sometimes it's necessary. Okay, so I've got two here. I want to do one on this side. It's going to be a very clustered little bouquet arrangement. It's coming together nicely. Isn't that pretty so far? Okay, I've got a couple more of these. We're going to use them all. So, I think these I'm going to try to put closer to the base. Get that one pushed in there a little bit more. Well, that little head is kind of dangly. The way that pick is. I think I need to put it on a wooden pick. I'm going to get this one wrapped up really good because it's kind of got a little dangly flower head on it there. And I'm going to cut it down because I want it to go on the side here down towards the container. So I don't need a very long. There we go. There we go. All right. I'm going to put this one over here. Probably going to need a pick. I'm going to use the other half of this one that we just cut off. And then we're going to add in some of our pinks and some of these sort of burgundies. Get just a pop of that color in here. It'll be so pretty. You could leave those out and just go with a very soft, romantic, pink, white, and cream. So that is an option. I think I'm going to add a few. Give it a little pop of color here. But you could definitely leave them out. All right, so let's get a couple of these added. So we're going to go in with this color here. And I'm just going to break up a little bit between these down here at the bottom. Just going to get some of these colors and pops of color in here. I think there's a hole right here. That one would be really pretty there. So I'm just filling in with some of this. So again, this is optional. You could just leave it with that other color palette and it would be beautiful. But look, I like that little pop. We don't have too many of these, just a few. So I need to be kind of strategic on where I place them. Let's go over here. Now, y'all look at that. My pick machine gave me 2 picks. See if I get that. There we go. Got it off of there. Okay, let's try to get one in this area. So we've kind of gone all on all the sides. Now this one, I'm going to need a, I don't know if this pick is gonna be big enough. Let's see. No, it's not. So we're gonna add, I'm just gonna take a little piece of this. Take a little piece of this. Did you guys see that? So I took a little piece of my lamb's ear stem. I just cut it off and I just pushed it up into my metal pick here. I'm just going to give a little glue all that together. And that way I don't have to get one of those wooden picks and mess with trying to glue that. Okay, now how many pieces of these do I have? Let's see. Just have a couple. I really kind of would want one, maybe a little bit there in the center. But I'd have to put it on a pick because it's pretty short. Yeah, let's do it. Okay, so let's see if I can hollow out. I'm gonna go straight down in the center. Pretty. All right, now I've got a couple of smaller pieces here, these little bitty ones. Some of these little bitty ones. So we're going to try to get them added around close to our container. That one did not get on that pick very good. See if I can get it off. There we go. And I'm just going to break up between the pink and the cream. Let's get another one. I go on this side. Just breaking these up down here. Got one more little bitty one. So I think we're going to put it over here. Okay, now we have the same thing but in the cream. So I'm just looking for some holes where we need a little bit of filler. We're going to add these. No rhyme or reason of where I'm putting them. All right, I think that's all of those. And now we have some of our little small pink clusters. So let's get a couple of these added. I'm going to see if I can get these leaves off of this one. There we go. I'm going to break up these two creams right here. That one. Oh, I have another little cluster that has some of the, I almost think I need some right in here. Kind of got a little bit of a, I'll take this out, you guys can see, kind of got a little bit of a hole right here. So I kind of think I'd like to tuck that one in there. And look, this one has a little hole. So I can get my little stem here and get it pushed in there. Beautiful. Love it. All right, got a couple more pieces of the pink. Take that leaf off of there. Okay, we could use a breakup right here. Okay. This is coming together pretty quickly. It helps when you've got all the flowers already together for you. Like you've got, that's why it's nice if you can buy like flower bouquets that have all of your flowers already all there together. You don't, it takes the guesswork out of picking out which flowers you want. You kind of got it all together for you, which is what that wreath did for us, had all of our florals all together. So it makes it easy. We just have to arrange them. But we don't have to worry about picking out what's going to go with what. All the guesswork is done for us. And this pick machine today. There we go. Okay, kind of see on camera. Let's see, right in here. Yes. Have a little bit of a hole. So I'm going to get some of that out of there. Now let me just kind of look and see where we might have another little hole. We're going to add some little baby's breath to this as well. It's looking pretty good. Get a few pieces added towards the center. All right, we've got 2 more little pieces. I may save them and wait till I photograph it and see if there's anything that is missing. Now we're going to go in now with some little faux baby's breath. So we're going to add a couple little pieces in here, not too many. Let's see if I can get it in here without the pick. You can leave this out if you don't like the baby's breath. We're going to get a couple little pieces added here. Again, I'm looking for some holes and filling it in with that baby's breath. So I think we're just going to use probably 1 bush of this. We'll see. I don't want to go overboard with the baby's breath, but a couple little pieces here and there. Let's get maybe some towards the center added. Kind of try to spread it out a little bit. Okay, I think it's looking pretty good. If you want to add more to baby's breath, you can. I just want a few little sprigs in there. Now I've got this extra little piece of eucalyptus. So I think I want to add another piece just to give us a little bit more drama here on the top. A few more little sprigs coming out. I think we're looking pretty good. Okay, y'all, here is our beautiful little wedding centerpiece arrangement that we made with that pre-made wreath base. I think it turned out beautifully and pretty quick as well. So I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial. If you are new to our channel, welcome. We would love to have you subscribe and hit that little notification bell, and you'll be notified every time we have new tutorials. And if you're interested in learning more about silk floral design, you want more in-depth instruction, we do have our private designer circle group open. We would love to have you over there. There will be a link to that down in the description of the video. And there is a free trial, so you are welcome to go in there and take a look around. We would, of course, love to have you stay and join us. But if you choose to cancel, that is perfectly fine as well. So we would love to have you over there, and we'll give a little bit more detailed instructions on arrangement, centerpieces, swags, wreaths, all of the things. So until next time, bye.